Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, June 19th, 2025. And here are some of today's trends in the news. And remember, the trend is your friend, and we're giving you what nobody, anywhere, anyplace gives you. Magazines are nothing anymore. Newspapers are just, journalism's dead. We're giving you what you can't get anywhere else for the grand total of $2.59 a week. So support us because we're supporting you. On to the markets. A flat day. Not a lot happened. The Dow, it lost 44 points. Nothing. NASDAQ down 0.03%. Nothing. And the NASDAQ went up 0.13%. Nothing. And it's all about the Fed head, Jerome Powell. And they keeping interest rates where they are in the 4.25, 4.50 range. And they're waiting to see what the impact of Trump's trade war is. That's the word. And they're signaling that there may be 2 rate cuts this year. But they lowered the 2025 forecast for economic growth to just 1.4%. And the way the Iran war is going, it could go lower. They're calling it stagflation. We're saying dragflation. It's going to drag down. It's not going to stagnate. And inflation's going to go higher. They raised the core inflation outlook to 3.1%. Again, they made up the 2% range. That little shithead, Ben Bernanke. Yeah, the fuck face who said there was no problem in 2007 and there wouldn't be a decline, as the toilet paper record made fun of me for calling the Panic of '08. Yeah, that shithead. Oh, yeah, but he's a university professor now. You're shoving down shit down people's throat and pay a lot of money when you go there to hear and swallow his shit. Anyway, what else? The size of the tariff effects, their duration, and the time it will take are all highly uncertain, Powell said. That is why we think the appropriate thing to do is to hold where we are as we learn more. And then, of course, there is the war, the Iran war. So what happened to oil prices? Brent crude went up some 3% today. It's selling at almost $80 a barrel. Oh, we're talking about inflation? $80 a barrel almost for Brent. What was it at the end of May? Let's see. It's gone up almost $20. That's right. So you'll be paying for it at the pump. So that's going to be higher inflation. And then this is like from CNBC. Israel-Iran conflict. No. It got some. It's not a fucking conflict. Every one of the pricks, and of course I can't say the other word, in the media keep calling it a conflict. It's a fucking war. People are getting slaughtered. Bombs away everywhere. And you call it a fucking conflict? Why, Salenti, we don't like your language. That is party language. We suck up the shit that they shove down our throat. All right? How the fuck do they say this shit? Oh, don't you know who we are? We're little prostitutes. We're media whores that get paid to put out by our corporate pimps and government whoremasters. Conflict. Fuck off. Every one of these scumbag Cartoon News Network, New York Slime, every fucking one of them calling it a conflict. It's an all-out war. All-out war. They go on to say, Trump told reporters outside the White House yesterday that the Iranians had reached out and signaled that they would send a delegation for negotiations. They want to negotiate, the president said. Yep. They even suggested that they come to the White House. That's courageous. It's not like easy for them to do. The attacks between the two countries by the sixth day. And now, Israel said they will hit strategic targets in Iran and government targets in the country's capital, Tehran, Defense Minister Israel Katz said today. The goal of the strikes is to undermine the Ayatollah's regime. Who the fuck are they to do this shit? Oh, I forgot. Let's not talk about the genocide being committed by Israel. Why, you anti-Semite? Israel could slaughter Palestinians every day and demolish Gaza to ruins. Hey, because the Trump son-in-law, little Jared Kushner, we'll get valuable waterfront property. Only said that March in 2024. I forgot. We'll go the Riviera, the Middle East. Yeah, they go on to write, Israel's decision to escalate its military operation against the Islamic Republic comes after Iranian missiles reportedly struck a hospital in the southern city of Beersheba. Katz threatened Iran's leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, in the wake of the hospital strike. President Trump said he's considering whether or not to order a U.S. strike on Iran's program. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. All right, nobody knows what I'm going to do. Who the fuck is he to talk to us like that? How about doing something in the spirit of the American people and not to get involved in this? Iran hasn't threatened us. Oh, they may get a nuclear war. No, not according to all the data. Oh, what happened with Tulsi Gabbard? She said they weren't going for that. Oh, now she shut the fuck up after Trump called her out. I forgot. All right. Again, inflation. Brent crude is up nearly $20. Bitcoin still playing in 104K range, still strong. And gold's flat, $3,370 an ounce. Still strong, but down $130 from its high. And what else? U.S. waives options. President Donald Trump said he will allow 2 weeks for diplomacy to proceed before deciding whether to launch a strike. 2 weeks? Why I say make it a week and a half? Wait, I'm the president. I'll make it 2 weeks. Look at this fucking shit. Look at this fucking shit. 2 weeks. The White House said Washington and Tehran remain in contact. Yep. And Netanyahu has praised U.S. coordination with Israel. Oh, coordination with Israel. You mean we're helping them fight the war, huh? Yep. Fed holds rates steady. What else? President Donald Trump today ripped into the Federal Reserve, calling Fed head Powell, quote, destructive. Trump said, too late, Powell is costing the United States hundreds of billions of dollars by not cutting rates. We should be 2.5 points lower and save billions on all of Biden's short-term debt. It's not only Biden's short-term debt, it's his short-term debt too. Hey, look at the cover of your Trends Journal this week. Yeah. Launched COVID war in U.S. Black Friday, 13 March 2020, and supports Israel's attack on Iran on Black Friday, 13 June 2025. So he's America's Black Friday president. He's the guy that locked down the country on March 13th, Black Friday 2020, and he was the one that dumped in trillions of dollars of fake money backed by nothing and printed on nothing. Biden just kept it going. Oh, he was also the guy that got interest rates down to 0. He's full of shit. Europe had 10 cuts and we had none. I guess he's a political guy. I don't know. Yeah. What else? Central banks expect to bolster gold reserves and reduce dollar holdings. An article in the Financial Times. And if you go to this week's Trends Journal, we told you so before this. It's in your Trends Journal. We're giving you it. Nobody else is. We told you so. Yep. 95% of the respondents to a World Council survey expect central banks' gold holdings to rise over the next 12 months. China aims at primacy of the dollar. Again, the death of the dollar has begun. And again, Trump's going to push Powell to lower interest rates as he did before. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go. This isn't rocket science. And what else do we have? On to the Palestinians shot dead in wait for food. Yep, more killing them as they wait for food, but that's okay. Slaughtering them every day, and nobody gives a damn. What else do we have here? Yep. It just killed another, 124 in the last 24 hours. Oh, in Israel, going back to what's going on over there, what they did with the bombing of the hotel. Israel vows to hold Iran's leader accountable for war crimes after Iranian missiles slams into hotel. All right. Israel warns of new threats of cluster bombs fired by Iran. Iran responded saying that the primary target of the attack that hit the hospital, was an Israeli intelligence site, not the health facility. But Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemned the attack and vowed a response saying, quote, "We will exact the full price from the tyrants in Tehran." They bombed the hospital. This is from Al Jazeera. This is July, going back to April. Timeline: Israel's attack on hospitals throughout its war on Gaza. The last hospital they built is one of at least 36 hospitals that have been bombed and burned by the Israeli military since the start of the war. 36. But when an Israeli hospital gets it, oh my God, how terrible. What fucking shit these prostitute scumbags are. What crap. Oh, I forgot about the churches, the schools, the homes, and the total demolishing of Gaza. But that's all right. I forgot. Chosen people. Ratcheting up threats, Defense Minister says Iran's Khomeini cannot continue to exist. Yep. A dictator like Khomeini, who heads the country like Iran and has made the destruction of the state of Israel his declared goal. You never declared that goal. On and on. And this is the bullshit, by the way. This is from the Financial Times on the 16th. Israel claims control of Tehran's skies. Israel bombed Iran's state television headquarters. That was a couple of days ago on the 15th. As Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that his country's military has gained control of the skies over Tehran in what he cast, quote, as a change in the entire campaign, and that Israel has, quote, full aerial superiority. President Trump weighed in saying Iran was not winning. Total fucking bullshit, because when you read the Iranian news, the Arab news, they're giving you a different story, but you're only supposed to swallow the shit they're shoving down your throat. Most Trump supporters want to keep the U.S. out of Israel-Iran. Here, this is what they call this is from The Guardian. Conflict. Poll shows. Conflict. It's a fucking war. Guardian. A wide-ranging economist YouGov poll conducted over the weekend revealed that 53% of voters who backed Trump in the 2024 presidential election do not want the country to join in Israel's strikes. Yep. There you got it. That's his people. A Chicago Council of Global Affairs survey found 8 of 10 Americans favored diplomatic steps or tightening economic sanctions to limit Iran's future nuclear enrichment. And what else they have here? Trump voted blah, blah, blah. Anyway, among all voters, 60% agreed that the U.S. should step back from getting involved militarily. And this other 40% are stupid fucking pieces of shit. Go over there and fight or shut your fucking mouth. 40% of Americans expect civil war next decade. This is a new poll that just came out by YouGov. There's never been a better time for a third party. Never in my lifetime. And the man I want to see as president is Judge Andrew Napolitano. Nobody like him. He abides by the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that these presidents, from Trump to Biden to Obama to Bush to Clinton, one fucking prick after another, is violated. You know, going back to Trump and Netanyahu, this is Trump's bullshit, some of it. September 25th, 2024. We want to have peace on earth all over. We're going to have peace through strength, and we will not have to fight. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. I want immediate peace, January 20th. I'm moving quickly to end wars. The planet to peace. I want peace, January 25th. Our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. We need peace without delay. I want peace in the Middle East. Get back to peace and real peace. But a peace that's going to be a lasting peace, said Donald Trump, the piece of shit. All right? What he says then and what he says now. Supplying all the armaments, the bombs, and our money to keep this war going with Israel. Nothing more than a load of crap. So they're wondering what, being that his MAGA world is divided, what's going to happen. He's only in office for 5 months. All right? What has he got, 3 years, 7 months left? 3 years, over 3 years. He's going to do what the hell he wants to do. And as for Netanyahu, this is your Trends Journal. When it used to be a quarterly, lesser of two evils. There was little Romney clown, jerk, arrogant bastard. Oh, you were the Mormons? Are you the Mormons? Oh, where's your? Oh God, you believe it? You know, you're not stopping war. All you do is want more war. And Obama, the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize president. And then you read into the articles we have here. Israel sharpens call for United States to set Iran trigger. And there's Netanyahu on the top. And that was the clown boy back at the United Nations back then. Mr. Netanyahu, speaking at a news conference in Jerusalem, also said, those in the international community who refuse to put red lines before Iran don't have a moral right to place a red line before Israel. In a subsequent appearance before the General Assembly, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave a speech that should have been denounced as the ravings of a lunatic. This is what we wrote. And put on a performance that should have had him laughed off the stage. Again, look at the clown picture. Look at this fucking guy with the little bomb over there ready to go off. Oh, that was only what? 2012? Say it was going to go off right away? While declaring that he may postpone a military attack against Iran's nuclear facilities, he launched a tirade that compared the Iranian government to al-Qaeda, which he described as a fanatic ideology bent on world domination. Iran's bent on world domination. This is the lies that this shit's been spewing out. Yep. Adding that, quote, it makes little difference whether these lethal weapons are in the hands of the world's most dangerous terrorist regime or the world's most dangerous terrorist organization. To drive the point home of the danger Iran posed and why it must be stopped, he displayed a cartoon diagram of a bomb so infantile in the execution that even the most provincial among the UN delegates should have seen it as either an insult to their intelligence or surreal. The cartoon bomb, this man with one finger on the launch button and a crayon in his hand drawing a red line just below the fuse of the bomb, was showing the world how close it was to doomsday. Quote, the hour is getting late, very late, he phoned. The red line must be drawn on Iran's nuclear enrichment program because these facilities are the only nuclear installations we can see and target. Instead of the UN gods putting him in a straitjacket and hauling him off the stage, he was allowed to finish his speech, and there was no denunciation from the American prostitutes of Bibi's belligerent and delirious harangue, nor was there mockery of his ludicrous cartoons, bombs, and drawing a red line. All right? That's the way we said it back then, and now it's a maniac's reality. So there's some of what we have, and again, you might want to, we did a great roundtable on Tuesday with Dennis Kucinich. What a guy he is, man. Former congressman for 16 years, all about peace. Guy is a real man's man. And another guy that grew up without, not another daddy's boy. He made it on his own. And he fights for peace. Scott Ritter, God, what this guy's gone through, and he keeps fighting for peace. Joe Lauria, Consortium News. You got to go to that site. He has great information out there. And myself. And then yesterday we did a live broadcast you could also see from Russia, from St. Petersburg. And we had 50 people here. They had 50-something people there. And just people conversing back and forth. It's about the humanity, not the politics. And that's what we need to do. We have to unite for peace. United we stand, divided we die. We need peace on earth. Thanks for tuning in, and please watch the interview I did yesterday with Judge Napolitano. Again, nobody like him. Thanks for tuning in.